Today, I'm featuring Jarod and Aaron. They're the stained glass artists at Cellar Trades, and their site is a great inspiration if you're selling your work online. Hey creatives! Welcome back for another 30-second scroll. I'm Jessica Gardner, language coach at Artglish, and I help artists and designers to describe their work more confidently so they can feel seen, connect with their audience, and succeed faster. Today's featured portfolio is stained glass artists Jarod and Aaron. You can find them at cellardoortrades.com, and I'm a big fan of stained glass, so I've been following these guys on Instagram for a while. But I was really impressed with the way that they described their work, so I wanted to share it with you. As always, the first job of your portfolio is to help you get noticed, even in a short amount of time. So I'm going to set my timer for 30 seconds and take a quick scroll through to see what you notice. All right, what stood out for you? I'd love it if you leave a comment and let me know. There is a lot to look at on this site, but I've narrowed it down to 3 pieces that I'd like to share because I think they do a nice job of helping the audience connect through storytelling and some specific details. So the first one is this Summer Nights in Joshua Tree in the glass section. And there's the piece. So lovely. I love the colors and the shapes. But the description is very nice too, so let me read that. This design is inspired by summer nights spent in Joshua Tree. I remember driving through it as a teenager when my father switched duty stations to SoCal and we took the road trip from Missouri. The colors and textures were magic. It felt sacred. When I was able to take off on my own, I spent time there and it was just as visually and emotionally moving. Big love. I've added a piece of Fremont sky to this piece, that's a type of glass, and I couldn't love it more. There is also a separate movable Joshua tree and desert flora added for depth and whimsy. Placed in a handmade sapele wood stand with antiqued brass legs, so you can display these desertscapes anywhere you'd like. So what I like about this is that, first of all, he shares a personal story, which is always really nice, and talks about how he felt, talks about the materials, and then also how to display it. So all these details really help me to connect with this work and make it feel a little bit more special. The next piece I want to share is in this wind chime section, and it's called Daybreak in the Valley. And I was drawn initially to the mixed media, and that this layered wood is also, painted layered wood is also really nice. But let's again take a look at this description. Who doesn't love some happy sounds and some prism reflections? I love to hang in a window, dance in the breeze, and catch sun rays. Made with a handcrafted 7-layer wooden top, hand-painted sky with dichrotic stars and glass chimes, decorated with dichrotic glass bead accents, rustic bronze bells, a dichotic crystal prism, hung with sari ribbon. What began as an idea for a way to utilize Jarod's heaps of scrap glass has become something full of whimsy, and as with everything we do, each of our wind chimes has our little nod to the world around us. Being able to reduce waste and turn it into something beautiful, awesome. Each chime wall hanging has its own unique sound. So once again, we've got kind of a little personal story. But what I think is interesting in particular is that we also learn something about their process and their values, knowing that they're trying to find a use for all this extra scrap glass instead of just wasting it, helps me envision what their work process must be like a little bit more. And, again, their values in not wanting to create a bunch of waste. So I feel like I'm getting to know them a little bit better, which is nice. And I think it's also cool that they talk about the sound of the wind chimes because it helps me to imagine what it might be like to have that in my house a little more realistically. And for the last one that I want to share in the more section, Our Art. And when I first clicked on this, I didn't initially realize that these are posts from their Instagram feed, but this one down here kind of caught my attention because it's a little bit different from a lot of the other pieces they have on the site. It's wall hanging instead of a piece that fits in a stand. But I thought this was still a great one to share because so many people are trying to sell their work or share their work on Instagram. And so, you know, again, a little bit of storytelling and a few details can really help you do that. I wanted this piece to feel like a long walk to nowhere in particular. Everything still, skin warm from the afternoon sun. Haven't done a border piece in a long while and I forgot how much I love the contrast. These warm terrains will be in the shop today at 3 Eastern time. So just a short little paragraph, but it pulls us in with a little bit of storytelling, talks about why the artist likes this piece, and gives us the information we need to know how to get it if we want to act and check out their shop. So, you know, with just a little bit of inspiration and information, you can sort of pull your audience to take that next step and not just be like, oh, that's pretty and keep scrolling. And that's what everybody wants, of course, is for their portfolio or their Instagram, is to get your audience to take the next step and take some action and, you know, follow you or contact you or ideally to make a purchase. So some inspiration to help you as you create these kinds of posts for your own site or your own Instagram or store. And I know for me, I'll be definitely watching for their next shop drop. So I think they definitely succeed at the second job of a good portfolio, which is to make that deeper connection with the audience and motivate them to do something. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. So if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching somewhere else, I'd love it if you'd leave a comment and I'll share it with the guys as well. I'm always looking for new portfolios to feature, so if you'd like to share yours or if you want to suggest one that you think is really strong, please email me at jessica@artglish.com. And if you'd like to receive my free writing tips to help tell your portfolio story, you can sign up for my mailing list at artglish.com. Thanks again to Jarod Cruz and Aaron Bernardi. Check out cellardoortrades.com to get some more inspiration from their site, and all of these links will be in the notes. Please come back next week for another 30-second scroll.